Following the series of protests that were held in the capital cities of various European countries, on Friday, the 29th of December 2014, a number of Gonabadi dervishes from Berlin, Belgium and Holland gathered together at the International Criminal Court in The Hague. In this gathering, which was organized by the International Organization to Preserve Human Rights in Iran, the participants called for the release of all political and religious prisoners in Iran. During the protest, Mr. Afshin Sajjadi was interviewed by Radio Farda, in which he described the recent pressures on Gonabadi dervishes in Iran. The United Nations General Assembly referred to the resolution of the Islamic Republic of Iran and called for the human rights violations to be stopped. These violations include tortures, gender discriminations, and the targeting of activists and journalists. During the past week, Behnam Ebrahimzadeh, a labor activist, started a hunger strike in order to protest against being transferred to one of the sections in the Rajai Shah prison of Karaj. Recent reports announced the deployment of special police forces around the Urumia prison and an increasing pressure and threats towards prisoners and their families. Sources in the city of Urumia informed of the state of emergency inside and around the prison as well as the streets leading to the central prison of Urumia. On Monday the 22nd of December 2014, 21 human rights organizations published a joint statement and requested Iran to consider the situation of the 21 Kurdish political prisoners who have been on a hunger strike for 30 days. This statement also called for the abolition of the prisoners' death sentences. Despite the dire health conditions of at least 13 of the Kurdish prisoners in the central prison of Urumia, all of the prisoners are still continuing their hunger strikes.
Reports suggest that one of the publication offices, known as Intellectuals and Women, was shut down by District 11 of Tehran's municipality. According to Shahla Lahiji, the director of this publication office, libraries, bookshops, and publishers are supported by mayors throughout the world as they are part of the cultural sphere and are considered to improve the reputation of each region. She also stated that, "I think District 11 of Tehran's municipality have some sort of personal animosity with the publishers, as they are always creating problems for them." Sayed Masoud Talebi, one of the defendants of a court case file known as Facebook Activists, was sentenced once again by the Revolutionary Court to 5 years in prison on charges of insulting the sanctities. Furthermore, the Ruzan newspaper was banned by the order of Tehran's prosecutors. Following the previous promises of the security institutions of the Islamic Republic of Iran, from Wednesday the 24th of December 2014, filtering of the social network called Instagram, which was labeled as a criminal page, was launched.
Two men charged with mischief and disturbing the public order were faced with flogging sentences. Their sentences were carried out in public in the Mazandaran province. Two prisoners accused of armed robbery were executed by hanging in the Adalabad prison of Shiraz. On Saturday the 20th of December 2014, Mohammad Parsi, a blogger and a political activist, introduced himself to the Evin prison in order to serve his 3 years imprisonment sentence. On Wednesday the 17th of December 2014, a young man accused of murdering his brother-in-law was hanged in the central prison of Mashhad. Reports suggest that 4 ferries carrying diesel were set on fire in the Laft village near the Qasham Island by the hydroplanes of the Marine Corps. Furthermore, Sajjadeh Arab Sorhi, a journalist and an author for children's books, was arrested after being sentenced to 1 year imprisonment without her presence in the trial court of June 2014. Sajjadeh Arab Sorhi is still not eligible to go on a leave.
On Christmas Eve, a Christian named Akram Moheb Sabet was arrested in her house in the city of Esfahan. The house of the mentioned Christian in the Shaheen Shar of Esfahan was attacked by officials of the Ministry of Intelligence, and she was later arrested after her house was inspected. In a recent statement, activists for a campaign called Legam, who are against the death penalty, demanded Mohammed Ali Taheri, who is a religious prisoner and the founder of the Irfan-e-Halqa faith, to be released from the prison of the Islamic Republic of Iran. During the past week, whilst holding the 8th Optic exhibition in Tehran, all Baha'i salespeople and suppliers were banned from participating in the exhibition. Furthermore, the exhibitors who had hired Baha'i employees were asked to discharge their staff.
On Tuesday, the 23rd of December 2014, thousands of workers from Iran Khodro diesel factory went on an extensive workers' strike due to the payment delay in their monthly wages and the failure of the officials to fulfill the government's promises regarding insurance for any family's third child. Furthermore, nearly 900 workers of the Wagon Pars company in the city of Arak protested by leaving work and putting this production unit to a halt. These workers protested in order to express their objections towards the employer's refusal to renew the employment contract of the head of this production unit.
Ali Reza Zakani called the members of Iran's Commissioner of Education and Research for Mir Hossein Mousavi and Mehdi Karoubi's parliament warriors against God. He then said that if Mir Hossein Mousavi and Mehdi Karoubi were to go on a court trial, they would be sentenced to death. Furthermore, Mohammad Reza Habibi, the Chief Justice of the city of Yazd, expressed his agreement towards the death penalty in Iran as a form of punishment for offenders of drug trafficking, and stated that no other sentences can replace the current death sentence to punish these criminals. The director of the Baqiyat Ola-e-Azam Hospital said that 18 students of the Nasr primary school in the city of Sardasht got food poisoning after consuming free milk in school, and as a result were immediately transferred to the Bashagard hospital.